Welcome back, everybody. 18th IRF World Championships. We're here for our final match of the day, being introduced on the court by tournament director and analyst Gary Mazeroff. I'm joined by Laura McCormick.
Hey, guys.
Laura, thanks for joining us. It's been a long day, but well worth it for us who are fans.
Absolutely. We've seen some outstanding matches, numerous tiebreakers. It's been a long day of racquetball, but a great day of racquetball too, and that's totally what we expect and what we want when we come to the World Championship.
And we've consistently talked about the quality this week between the countries and how good they are, and that's evidenced by the number of tiebreakers we've had both yesterday and today. It's really, really close.
And you know, I think one of the videos that was playing before we went live right now was the Jen Saunders interview that you and I did a couple days ago. We've been playing that on YouTube as well. And she was talking about the women's level of play coming up in the last 10 years, and I think we've definitely seen that at the Worlds this year too. Right now we have Team Colombia defending their 2014 World Championship title against Team Mexico, Javier Moreno and Alvaro Beltran. Many titles between the two of those guys as well.
And I've got to give a shout out to Moreno for those socks.
Yeah.
If he watches this again on YouTube, International Racquetball Federation, you can find it there hopefully very soon after this tournament. Javier, I salute you for those pink socks.
You know, there's a story behind those socks too, Tim. I'll have to get more details from Javier. I remember telling him after the Pan American Championships that we were talking about his socks, and he wears them in honor of a friend. I believe his friend's daughter has cancer, and so he wears those socks in her honor. Happens to match the team uniform, but it's nice that he salutes his friend and supports his friend's daughter's wellness.
That's a great story. Meanwhile, Moreno skips it. He forgot who was supposed to be serving. It's actually him this time. These two teams are, well, we mentioned the Mexicans have played together for many, many years, and so they have the experience. On the flip side, you have the Colombians. They've played together a lot too, maybe not as much, of course, just because they're a little bit younger. What you'll see from the Mexicans is a lot of pinches. They love their pinches, and if the Mexicans have been watching any of their matches this week and even 2 years ago when they won the gold medal, they do like to attack with pinches. So I expect probably Moreno to stay a little bit up to try and cover that. Alejandro should be an avoidable hinder. There'll be an appeal.
Score is 4-0.
Beautiful shot there from Moreno. Reverse pinch. 5-0 all of a sudden. If I'm Colombia, take a timeout. We're going the wrong way far too quickly. Two bounces called. And
looks like, yeah, Colombia is going to take Tim's advice and call that timeout. We're going to keep it here. What are your thoughts, Tim?
Yeah, Laura, I just wanted to introduce these Colombian pair. Most won't see them necessarily. They do play professionally. Alejandro Herrera, I believe, lives in Florida, and we see him from time to time. Currently the Florida Open champion, if my memory serves me well, whereas Franco plays on one of the professional tours. Both tours. And so he's the one that is usually leading this team in terms of athleticism and skill. Herrera, meanwhile, plays really well on the right side of his forehand. In singles, don't get me wrong, he's still an excellent player. Beat Cesar Castillo earlier in the week and lost to Rocky Carson in 2 to be eliminated from the gold medal of singles. But he's a great right-sided player, and they communicate well as a team and play very well together. Of course, the Mexicans we're very familiar with already, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Colombians respond being on home court, having to defend their title against usually the world champions Mexico. Of course, they didn't win it last time.
shot from Alvaro to end that rally.
Straight in. You saw there, though, that Herrera had the forehand pinch, and Javier Moreno ran right up on it. He covered that spot. He's a very experienced doubles player and knew what was coming.
Skip from Beltran.
So down 0 serving 7. We didn't expect this, Laura.
Yeah, one of the bigger leads in the matches that we've been watching today so far.
Good pickup from Herrera. Moreno to the ceiling. Franco's going to attack that. He's got another chance.
Oh, nice hustle
Great
from
pickup.
Franco.
Oh, wow, what
Again,
hands.
quick hands. Wow, fast rally.
Not that time. You see that Beltran hits really low and flat. He seems up for this match. He's been a bit hit and miss all week, but he certainly rises to the occasion, especially at the Pan Am Games last year, where he defeated Rocky Carson in the team bracket. He lost in the individual. Rocky retained his Pan Am gold medal. But he certainly is no stranger to the big occasion.
That's right. Wow. Big kill from Javier Moreno. The lefty, the golden lefty is his nickname. There's that low flat shot from Beltran that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's an incredibly difficult shot to execute. Far left corner, takes it forehand, pinch, roll out.
Alejandro Herrera answers back on the right side.
Some claps from the Colombians next to us. The benches are full. I think they're a little nervous right now, Laura.
No claps for Mexico. Pretty quiet as Mexico hits 9 points.
Well, right now they're just coasting. They're not doing anything other than hit smart shots, low shots, forcing Colombia into the backcourt, and then either hitting a kill shot straight in or going for the pinch. That time, though, Beltran had a little more time. Put it into the floor. Let's see if Colombia can regroup and do something about this. Goes over to Moreno.
Wow.
Maybe a mistake in that situation. He wanted that one, rolled it out. Good shot from him. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah. Moreno is on right now. You know, I always like to point out, obviously, Moreno is a left-hander, and that is a little bit of an advantage. I mean, now you have 2 players that are both hitting forehands, right? You have Beltran covering the right forehand and Javier Moreno on the left with his left forehand. So I think it's a little bit of a different weapon coming at Colombia.
Yeah, definitely having, most people are better on their forehand. There's no surprise about that. And so that puts in, it looks like we have some good sportsmanship here.
So we like to see.
And so it puts both players in a forehand position. When that happens, sometimes players may want to consider serving down the middle.
Right.
Because then you're putting it both on their backhands and they have to decide what are they going to do.
Split them.
Right now, Mexico are in cruise control. Colombia haven't really done anything. They've had a couple of opportunities to score, haven't taken them. And just seem to be continually playing in the backcourt. That's out. It's going to be a loss of a point. Herrera's frustrated. Looks like Franco's taking the second timeout for Colombia.
Probably a good timeout. They need to switch something up. It's 11-0 in game 1. We'll be right back in just a moment. And we're back in game 1 of the International Racquetball Federation 18th World Championship. You could hear a pin drop in the stadium right now as Mexico leads 11-0.
It's stunning.
It is.
Absolutely stunning. None of us expected this.
Exactly.
The Colombian pair should be doing better, but the Mexicans, I feel, Laura, are trying to make a statement. The U.S. have already advanced to the final, and here they are up 11-0, maybe trying to show the world that they're ready for the gold medal position tomorrow. They want to win the gold medal not only for themselves, but also for the team competition where they're trying to become the world champions for the first time in their history.
The winner of this match today will face Team USA in men's doubles finals tomorrow.
We've got a little appeal here because Beltran was serving, but Moreno was serving. Javier Moreno's dad,
And coach, right?
correct, told them to appeal it. That's just a mental error from our referee, Marco Hidalgo, from currently El Paso, Texas. There's Herrera. That's a good shot from him.
He's saying, come on, crowd, give it some love.
Moreno with the high lob. It's a good serve.
Beltran kept it alive, but then skipped it.
I'm not sure what they're appealing.
I'm pretty sure they're appealing the skip. I heard piso. No, it wasn't for the skip. Okay. So the referee called a skip on Alvaro's shot, but it wasn't a skip, and they appealed it.
So here the crowd
story.
are animated. They're back into it. Colombia have an opportunity to score some points. That was a good wide angle shot there from Franco. Wide angle can be particularly useful in doubles to get two-sided players around them into the backcourt. Meanwhile, we've got a good rally finally in this match. And how about that?
First point for Colombia.
Herrera takes it on his backhand. Known to play on the right side on his forehand. He switched over to his backhand and rolled that one. Good hands from Franco to go to the ceiling. It's a good ball, too. Moreno just as good. Beltran's going to shoot this. And that's why he is a professional player. That's a tough shot to make. He does it very, very well. He's done that several times already in this first game.
Nice shot from Alejandro Herrera, giving him 2 points.
Yeah, the Colombians need to gain some momentum. It's still possible to win this game, but they're down by 9. What they do need to do, at the very least, is develop some momentum into game 2 to give them a little bit of self-belief, self-confidence that they can pull out the second game, which they obviously have to do in order to push this to a tiebreaker. Great hands from Franco. Nope, that one's down.
Franco keeping it honest, saying there was 2 bounces.
And applause from the fans. That was good to see. He called 2 bounces on himself.
Good to see that. Alvaro finding a dry spot on his glasses.
He's enjoying this. Fist from Moreno. Using his forehand on the left side, pinched it for a winner. Skip ball from Herrera. You know, the environment's different, Laura. You go from being an underdog, not really expected to do too much, to world champions. Not only that, you now find yourself playing in your home country where people are expecting you to defend your title. There's pressure there, and you almost feel like it's getting to them a little bit.
You know, another factor too is they've had to wait a long time for this match. A lot of the matches today went very long.
That's right.
So, you know, you're standing around waiting for a long time too for both teams.
Yeah, that's right. They had the option of playing earlier, but decided to wait so that we could enjoy it as well, and you at home. I wonder, I kind of thought about this a little bit. I wonder if Mexico agreed on purpose, knowing that it would add pressure on the Colombians, having to wait. Maybe they're less experienced, having to hold out for an hour and a half or so to play this match. And I think it'd be interesting to find that out later tonight, to see what the rationale there was for waiting.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot of head games involved in racquetball for sure. Game point now for Mexico.
Lob. It's going to come off. Franco's taking this. There's good soft hands from Moreno. Mexico surprised Colombia by taking the first game 15-2. They're not going to be happy with this first game. They're going to have to work with their coaches to figure out what they need to do. Yet, Laura, we know that given the number of tiebreakers we've had, teams can come back and do come back. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a turnaround in game 2.
That's true. Anything can happen. Game 2, it is an entirely new game. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more of Colombia versus Mexico, so don't go anywhere. It's game 2 of the men's doubles semifinals between Team Mexico, who's serving, and Colombia in the yellow. And Mexico starts out with a point. They definitely dominated in game 1. We were talking about what Colombia can do differently in game 2. Let's see what happens.
Wow. We mentioned earlier in one of the matches between the U.S. and Canada the importance of playing in the backcourt, keeping the opposing team in the backcourt. And what you saw in that first rally, for example, was a good serve from Beltran. Herrera went for it, didn't put it away, and so it allowed Moreno the opportunity to really attack in the front court. These guys are just too good to allow them to sit in that situation just like that. Moreno sitting in the middle, just nice soft hands to the opposite side of the court. They have to get the Mexicans into the backcourt, forcing the Mexicans to try to do a little bit more than they are right now. Right now, they're just comfortable. Good pickup from Franco. Beltran with the diving get. Good rally.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Hard hits. And a point for Colombia.
Beltran went behind his back. Excuse me, Moreno. Beltran was there, just a little bit of miscommunication.
Just like that, Colombia ties it up. Coming out much stronger in game 2 so far.
Here's Beltran. He's going to get another opportunity. This one's tough. Skip ball from Franco. Has to be an avoidable hinder. Why is it a point, says Herrera? You see Franco telling Herrera to calm down, and we interviewed them earlier in the week and learned why they have this little team rule, which is Herrera is not allowed to talk to the referee. You can watch that on our YouTube channel. It's a replay.
Yeah, check out that interview with Team Colombia and Tim on the IRF YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. The IRF will be posting all of these World Championship matches we've been streaming since the quarterfinals, and we'll go through to the finals tomorrow. Big swing from Javier Moreno.
He's really playing well this evening, Laura. Playing pretty clean. We saw him play in the Pan American Championships where he won with Alex Landa.
That's right.
But he was a little bit more likely to make a mistake in that matchup. Not so much tonight. He's really playing very well.
Ooh. And as you say that, he buries another one for 5 points.
High five from his
Colombia's
teammate.
2. Javier Moreno, congratulations to him and his family. He just became a father 2 days before the World Championships.
Very nice shot from Franco.
Moreno gets tripped up there by the ball.
It kicked out unexpectedly. He wasn't able to move out of the way.
Team Colombia strategizing up at the front.
Racquetball, like any sport, is a very mental game. A lot goes on the court. In doubles particularly.
Nice shot from Herrera.
And players get emotional.
Yep.
Sometimes not emotional enough. They play too calm. Sometimes they get too excited or too anxious and make mistakes as a consequence. That could be for trying to hit the ball too hard, for example. It looks like the Colombians have settled down a little bit. Perhaps they were nervous in game 1. But now, 4 serving 5, they've still got a chance in game 2. Great hands from Franco. And again. Through the legs from Beltran. Herrera skips it again.
Ooh, that's frustrating after a long rally like that. Franco calming down Herrera.
Yeah, I get the feeling that Herrera's just a little too pumped up right now. Franco seems to be the calmer one. He's playing better. I think if I'm Colombia, I want to put it in his hands right now. Just have Herrera play some defense, play smart shots, try not to go for too much. Of course, saying that, we get a false serve from Franco, so good timing
Curse
on my
the
part.
commentator, Tim.
Wow.
Nice dive
Athleticism.
from Franco.
First one, great defense from Franco. Second one, just not able to get there. Great power from Beltran down the right side.
Franco calling a timeout for Colombia as Mexico is leading 7-4 in game 2, which means we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more from the 18th World Championship IRF. We're back in Cali, Colombia for the 18th IRF World Championship. Team Mexico is leading 7-4 in game 2. The Colombians took the timeout. Anything can happen. Mexico is serving, and I gotta say, I'm digging their uniforms. I'm liking the pink and black combo. And white. Nice and bright. I think that shows up nicely on the cameras for those of you watching.
And we encourage those of you watching to please share our feed with others, whether it be through Facebook or email or any other way. We really want to, miscommunication there. We really want to spread the word about international racquetball and encourage more and more participation worldwide. And to do that, we need more people learning about it and also supporting it.
So share the posts, like them on Facebook, like the IRF posts that we get up there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and share with the world just what the International Racquetball Federation is all about.
You saw Beltran there with a reverse pinch that couldn't be any better. Hope you heard that sound.
I think.
So
right,
that was a great
agrees.
example. I mentioned at the beginning that you're going to see a lot of pinches from these Colombian pair, particularly Herrera on the right. And Moreno was already up there when Herrera took that pinch and was able to recover. Most teams, that would have been a winner for him.
Mexico is anticipating those pinches.
Almost got it again. Sat back a little bit that time. But Herrera, that's his favorite shot.
Ball fired it out to the crowd, who wasn't really expecting that to
He
hail
apologizes.
from the top.
He's frustrated, Laura. You can tell it just even in his body language. He's frustrated, and he just needs to calm down. He can still hit great shots. He's a great player. He's a world champion. That's better from Herrera. Great defense from Beltran. Great hands. Here we go, though. Herrera.
Beltran and Javier and Moreno are switched.
Franco
Rally.
wants this one.
Oh,
What a rally, Laura.
crazy.
Great shots from both teams. Great shots from both players. Good shot from Moreno. Always good to see a rally end that way as opposed to a big skip, Laura. We enjoy those rallies.
That's right.
But we want to see them ended well as a neutral and as a fan of racquetball. Nick lob from Moreno. Well, you saw that time Herrera saw that pinch, ran up on it, hit it down the left side. Nobody was home. Still, Colombia down by 7 in game 2.
Oh, wow. What a reaction from Beltran.
He's known for having great hands, and there's an example of what he did. Herrera went left. It was a good cross-court shot, but then he tried to pinch, and it didn't quite work. It's better from Colombia, keeping Mexico in the backcourt, then finishing with the point rather than shooting from behind Mexico. 5 serves 11.
Big swing from Moreno. Gets the side out.
He's really playing well tonight.
He is.
Little encouragement from his dad and coach. Another example of those hands, reverse pinch, 12 serving 5. Colombia do have timeouts. They're not taking them. A little bit of miscommunication there from Team Mexico. They smile about it. Moreno got stuck in the back corner. Beltran skipped it in. I don't think he was expecting Moreno to be there when he took that shot. Good pickup from Franco. Moreno with another chance. Third chance.
Franco keeping it alive.
Beltran this time. Great defense from the Colombians. Through the legs. Oh, cracks off the side back wall. That's unlucky for Colombia. They played tremendous defense there to stay in that point. But the Mexicans take another point and edge closer to this second game. We're at 13-5. Looks like the Colombians are going to take a timeout.
They're going to take a timeout. We're going to keep battling these mosquitoes in the commercial break. We'll be right back in just a moment. Well, the fans over here on the sidelines are fighting for the mosquito spray as it's pretty late here at Club Cañas Gordas, and the mosquitoes are coming out in full force. Team Mexico is leading 13-5 in game 2. Team Colombia calling another timeout. See what they can switch up as we continue on in game 2. We do have quite a lineup for tomorrow too, which we'll review right after this, but the winner of this match will continue on to the finals tomorrow against Team USA in men's doubles.
Yeah, irrespective of which team wins this match, they're going to have a game against the United States. Finalists in the US Open last year, champions in the United States. They've played well together for the past year, developed some chemistry.
Match point for Mexico.
Herrera.
Well, and there you have it, folks. Team Mexico defeats Team Colombia 15-2, 15-5, and they will be moving on to the finals tomorrow. Tim, what are your thoughts on that match?
Well, we expected a really tight match. World champions. They've been playing well. They haven't lost yet, and here they are facing Mexico. 15-2, 15-5 is a surprise for most of us here, and you could hear the crowd was just dead silence in this match. You've got to look at Mexico and think that they are the favorites right now. The way they handled Colombia, they came in and they meant business. Moreno in particular played really well. He's kind of hot and cold if you've been watching him over the last year or two. Tonight he was on fire. Beltran is his usual self at the front of the court with his hands. Played very smart, these two together as a team. Herrera, I felt, was a little bit frustrated, a little bit amped up, and didn't really calm down until the later portions of the match. Franco tried to keep him in it with some great defense, but ultimately smart play from the Mexicans and good attacking shots, taking their opportunities, results in this, it's fair to say, lopsided win.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tim Baghurst offering up his analyzation of the matches today. Thank you so much for joining us and commentating on these matches all day today. I'm Laura McCormick. We're going to be wrapping it up for the night, but tomorrow we'll be back for the finals, and we hope you all tune in for those. That'll be starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Is that correct, Central Time, Tim?
I believe so, but we'll confirm that on our Facebook tonight once we have the official order of these matches.